Hey guys, I'm just going to really quickly go over kind of what I'm expecting for you to work on between now and next week. Since we haven't met yet, I really don't want to get too far behind. We want to make sure that the big part of the class is doing a research paper, and so we want to make sure we leave plenty of time for that. And so I'll be giving you a little bit more overview, hopefully next Tuesday. Hopefully we'll be meeting, but just wanted to give you some stuff visually so you know what you're looking for and what you should be working on this week. So you can see the module 1, just information is right here, and then I've got the schedule, which is off a little bit. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to change the due dates in order to accommodate how we're going to move forward, but we'll kind of work that through. And so the course at a glance, which is under the syllabus tab, is going to be a little wrong for a little while. So the quiz, though, we have readings out of the textbook, the introduction to argument, thinking and reading critically, and writing a rhetorical analysis. Those are all sections that I want you to read. Some will be review, some information will be review, some of it will be new. So like we talked about logos, pathos, and ethos in Comp 1. Then you'll take the quiz, which is just going to be kind of a standard quiz like we've done before. It's one of those you can take as many times as you want to. It covers Unit 1 readings as well as some academic honesty stuff, and the academic honesty module is right there in the beginning. So when you just go into the modules tab, there's just stuff about academic dishonesty, which should be also review. And then we get to the essay assignment. So once you've done the readings and the quiz, the essay assignment that we're working on right now, it's called a critical response essay. And so the essay itself is, the point of this essay is to give you some practice with the critical thinking and critical responding that is kind of central to the outcomes for this class. So that is one of our 4 major outcomes that we're trying to achieve this semester, is that critical reading and analysis. And so this first essay is just going to get us started on that objective. Your task is to look through your practical argument textbook, which is the one with the bicycle on the cover, and to go through and pick one of the articles that is written by a professional author and published in the textbook. So I'll show you what those look like in a minute, but that's your objective. First is to just pick an article, and then the essay itself is going to focus on the author's strengths and weaknesses within their argument. So it does not matter what the author's argument is or what the topic is. It matters more how they've constructed their argument. So it's not a summary of their ideas, and it's not an analysis of your opinion of the topic. So you're not going beyond their topic. You are critically analyzing the author's argument strategy. And so that's a different way of writing. Sometimes it takes students a little while to wrap their minds around how to write this essay. So when choosing your article, I would go for one that you're actually interested in reading as far as the topic is concerned, but the best articles are ones where you have something that you can respond to. It doesn't really matter if you agree or disagree with them. It's more in how did they construct their argument. So you might look for one where, let's say the author does not cover an opposing viewpoint, or the author relies too heavily on his or her kind of personal experience instead of expanding and discussing more the logos, which would be the statistics and that kind of thing. So you can see I've got my book right here, and the way you want to find an article is by going into the table of contents and looking at these sections that have, my camera's gonna be all blurry. I was trying to focus on my face. You can't see it. They have like this red bar right here, and it says reading and writing about the issue. Should the government do more to relieve the student loan burden? And then underneath it is just a series of different articles that they've taken from other publications. So if you're in the textbook and you have your textbook with you, you can look. For example, one of the ones that students like to respond to is on page 37. It says, if we send too many students Too Many Students to College by Marty Nemko. And this is an undated essay from martynemko.com. And so this is what I'm talking about when I say a professional author wrote it. It's not from the textbook author. It is a separate article that they chose to publish within this book. And so that would be an appropriate article to use for this assignment. And so this author's argument is about the different ways that you can get a college degree that without, or to get have a career, I don't know what I'm talking about, the career without getting a college degree. The next one is What Does It Mean to Be a College Grad by Jenny Lee. It's a personal essay from talk1vietnam.org. And her essay is a lot more personal, and so she relies a lot more on pathos, which could be something to critique. There's quite a few in here. If you're not interested, there's a lot of topics about college, but if you're not really interested in that, there are some other essays that are about things like free speech and fracking. I know there's a section on fracking. There's a section on vaccinating children. There's a section on like helicopter parenting. There's a whole section in the back of the book. Part 6 is chapter 17. Are helicopter parents ruining their children's lives is the question, and there are 2 different articles. One of them is the benefits of helicopter parenting, and the other one is not, and that's on 646. So that could be something that you might be interested in. Some students have liked the controversial sports mascots, particularly Jack Shakely's, because he relies a lot on personal experience again. So there gives you something to critique is the main point that I'm going there. So you're picking an article that you think is interesting, but also one that you feel like you can analyze the argument strategy. That's what you should go for. So between now and next class, do the readings over Unit 1. We'll be talking about particularly the rhetorical analysis strategies, and then we'll also have you share your article that you read that you're thinking about using for your essay. So we'll pick an article, one that you think that you could write a critical response over and read it, and then bring that to class, and we'll discuss that in class hopefully next Tuesday. I don't know what's going to happen if we don't have class next Tuesday. We may have to think of something else here. But there's a lot of other stuff in this module to help you write the essay. We'll do the outline in class, and then the rest of this module is just kind of just reminders of how to do essays, link to the online writing lab, and then the spot to turn in the essay. So there's really only 2 assignments in this module. That's why we're trying to get through it, because most of our other modules have a lot more stuff that we're going to be working on. So that's just kind of an overview. If you have questions, feel free to send me an email. Otherwise, hopefully, I will see you next Tuesday.